Hello everyone, welcome to our show Sal Says on Saturday, Season 2. It's been a year when we had our first episode on this show, giving a lot of insights about study abroad process. And in the course of last 1 year, I've spoken to a lot of students inquiring about studying abroad or in India, wherein I felt there's something more, there's something unique that we should be giving it to our students. And that's exactly why this year we have come up with an idea of having industry experts across domain relating to a lot of courses like IT, physiotherapy, law, business, finance, and so on. This will eventually help the students who are planning for their masters select the right course for them. In today's episode, we'll be discussing Masters in Physiotherapy, its career opportunities, its demand for the students, with our esteemed guest for today, Dr. Jayagandha Patil Rathod. He has completed a Masters in Physiotherapy, specialized in orthopedics, and has been practicing in Mumbai since the last 16 years. She has also worked with well-known hospitals in Thane like Jupiter Hospital and Bethany Hospital. More so, she runs her own multi-speciality rehabilitation center by the name of Inspire Physiotherapy, wherein the team has inspired and treated thousands of cases successfully. Let's get started with the one and only Dr. Jayagandha Patil Rathod.
Very good evening.
How have you been?
Yes, very good. I'm very well. How are you?
And I'm absolutely fine, and thank you so much for sparing some time out of your busy schedule
My pleasure.
and helping us and a lot of students as well to be speaking on the topic which we'll be talking
Thank
about.
you.
So, ma'am, introduction so I have given somewhat. I'm
Mhm.
sure it's a very small intro which I could give. There's a lot more that you've done in the past 16 years, or rather more than that, right? So, I would just want you to add on the things that I have somewhere missed, which I feel. So, over to you, ma'am. Anything that you would want to add on your experience?
Yeah, so when I started my graduation, it was 2004. Basically, when I completed my 12th and I had applied for CET exam.
Mhm.
Wherein nowadays it is NEET, but that time it was CET and there were multiple exams that time which used to go. So I had applied for that. It was the same for medical. So when I got my admission in physiotherapy,
Yeah.
that time basically the thing was nobody knew what is physiotherapy.
Sure.
So it was that time when there were no so many physios. Like you had other fields, MBBS, you had other fields like dental.
Sure.
So there were a lot of MBBS doctors as general physicians who were working, who had their own clinics and setups and
Hmm.
hospitals, etc. Then there were a lot of dentists who had their own clinics. But in physiotherapy, there were hardly any physiotherapists, what I remember in Thane that time.
Hmm.
Hardly one or two were there who were working at their own clinical setups.
Sure.
And there was no scope in terms of, there was no awareness, basically, I would like to say.
Yeah.
So when I did my graduation, when I thought of taking admission, I just asked one or two doctors who were general physicians, not physiotherapists,
Okay.
that whom I knew,
Yeah.
whom I used to as a child for my
Yeah.
treatments with my parents and all that, because I was hardly 18 years old. So you can think of like
Yeah.
I did not know
Yeah.
much about this.
Yeah.
So they said that this is the upcoming field,
Mhm.
and I was getting admission in Karad.
Okay.
Karad College, which is
Okay.
in Satara.
No, no.
So I didn't want to go
Okay.
away from my house.
Okay.
Again, I wanted to stay close to my family.
Okay.
And I got admission in the D.Y. Patil College, Navi Mumbai.
Oh,
And
lovely.
it was very good college. I would
Okay.
say all the teachers and everything. Everyone was from, they had passed out from KEM,
Okay.
from Nair. So very well known JJ.
Okay.
So they were they were from very well known institutes and all that.
Hmm.
So we had a good team of teachers and all that who actually helped us to grow till my graduation and all that.
Okay.
So that was there. So then I did it
That
finally.
happened.
It happened. So okay, that is it. So that is it till my probably graduation story. So
Lovely,
when I
lovely,
did,
lovely. So I mean, thought आपका था नहीं, but eventually somehow
Yes.
you landed,
yes, I
and
landed.
I'm sure it's been now almost more than a decade, or more
Yes.
than a decade and a half.
Yeah,
You've been
yes.
practicing here, and I'm
Yes.
sure you are happy
Yeah, I'm
with
very
the
happy
decision
now.
that you've
Yes.
taken
Yes,
way
yes,
back, because I'm sure
very much.
चीजें way back now when we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about 2008 and 10,
Right.
things have changed now,
Correct.
you know. So
For
मेरे
sure.
हिसाब से I'm sure you would be very happy
Yes,
with the
yes.
decision that
I'm
you've
very
taken.
happy. Yes. Very good.
Perfect. Perfect. So, I'm sure in the last 16 years or so,
Mm-hmm.
you would have treated a lot of patients also.
Right.
So, how was your experience mainly over the course of time? I'm sure अच्छा बुरा दोनों आपके साथ हुआ रहेगा.
Right.
And it's a journey I know that you would have started.
Right.
So, initial phase पे what things that you felt कुछ और new हो सकता था, or what have you been your experiences mainly like?
Right. So the thing is, when I started working that time, see, in 2008, when I finished, I completed my exams in 2008, right?
Hmm.
After that, we have internship.
Okay.
So in my times, it was 6 months of internship.
Okay.
So that when you finish your curriculum and when you start your internship and all, so you have time, like, to work. See, as I said, like, there was nobody in my family who was a doctor.
Hmm.
So I thought better not to wait till I complete my internship and then start working. But I wanted to gain experience. So I started working right from that time when probably my other friends were not working. I mean, they didn't want to work. Hardly one or two were planning to work and all that. But in my area, there was one physiotherapist. So I just thought she's quite senior to me.
Okay.
So I'll work under her. So I started working under her. Till then, actually, I was very unsure that what I am supposed to do. So when you actually come out of that, college phase, then you actually know what you are supposed to do. Because तब तक थोड़ा everything is a sweet period and all that, enjoying with your friends, college and all that. तो तभी actually speaking seriousness in terms of exams होता है, but work wise seriousness थोड़ा बाद में आता है. When you actually जब आप कूदते हो उसमें तब आता है. But I would say that since then till now, if I feel like I'm very much satisfied in terms of my work, what I'm doing, मुझे लगा. So that is just my story. That is a good field. ऐसा नहीं है कि professor is not good, but ये थोड़ा सा मुझे ऐसे था कि मुझे यही करना है अभी.
And I could so relate to this now, Dr. Jaya, because my brother recently last year he had a shoulder dislocation. So I was with him in the hospital. तो उन्होंने उनके लिए there was a rod which was inserted. Shoulder का काफी टाइम से चल रहा था. He used to play cricket with me. So काफी टाइम से उनका he could not हाथ का issue चल ही रहा था. So he was hospitalized for 2 nights. I was there with him.
Okay.
And after almost a year now, last June I guess that happened. This June when he had sent a video on our family group कि mom, I am just lifting a dumbbell. So over the course of 1 year, he is now in a position where he can play.
Right.
He can lift a dumbbell उनके वो hand से जिनको वो movement ही नहीं हो रहा था.
Correct.
For a lot of time hand movement slow था. Because of the help of a physio. Right. He started his physio immediately after the operation. Okay. So 6-9 months of a physio treatment. Correct. And now I saw him था वीडियो की वो एक बैक प्रेस के लिए डंबल उठा के 15 का डंबल वन हैंड्स में ब्रदर वाज डूइंग इट. So we were so happy to see that, and I guess there was a lot of contribution from a physiotherapist who has helped him do that. So वही मैं थोड़ा सा relate कर पा रहा था while you were talking. Right. My भाई की journey only, my brother's journey I could just so wonderful. I'm sure बहुत ऐसे patients आपके भी होंगे. So coming to this now, I also feel that एक मास्टर्स आपने जब किया होगा, and then you got all the knowledge, all the part in terms of bookish आपको जो भी आपने किया रहेगा from BPT to MPT as well. MPT in those times. Okay. Also one thing, did you do your MPT immediately after your bachelor's, or was there a break in between?
No, I did not take any break. Okay. I did it immediately because I didn't want a break basically because learning
The
and
flow.
everything. Yeah, it should be in a flow.
Yes.
There should not be any break or any gap in terms of, because already internship is for 6 months. So that time you don't touch your books unless you have research. Yeah. So you can keep working on that research topic, but you don't actually open the books and you're not touching your own curriculum till then. So there is a huge gap of 6 months, and after that your masters also, even if you want to start immediately, there is as it is 1 year gap.
Yeah. True.
So if I have not taken any gap, but I worked for that 1 year.
Okay.
So I kept working in that 1 year, but I immediately next year, whatever intake was there, I started my master's because that was the immediate batch.
Okay, that was the immediate.
So always you finish your approximately graduation here around August or so exams, and then approximately in September you start your internship, and then you end approximately in March.
Okay.
So after March, The next first batch, whatever start like masters, they start from August. So
Okay.
from this August to that August, as it is, you have that 1 year
You
gap.
have to find
So in that time, I just kept working, and then I started my masters
Okay.
in probably September.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was a 2 years masters for you since
Yes,
you
2
did it
years
from a
masters.
year in India.
Yes, yes.
So if I can just think of what has changed in MPT during the course of a decade or so.
Right.
The syllabus, rather the subjects and the specializations also.
Correct, correct.
Do you think more or less it's the same which is there, or have there have been any add-ons on that? Orthopedics is one of the
Correct.
orthopedics and clinical, and there were a few more which were very
Correct.
much in trending.
Right, right.
So is it something that is still there, or there have
Yes.
been more add-ons to it as well?
Yes. See, when I had joined that time, there were some seniors who had passed out. So when they were doing their master, there were hardly any options for masters.
Okay.
So when I was there, then that time there was orthopedics, like we call it a musculoskeletal,
Okay.
Physiotherapy. Then there is a neurophysiotherapy.
Okay.
Then there is pediatric physiotherapy.
Okay.
Then there is a one cardiorespiratory physiotherapy.
Okay.
And the new one which was trending was sports physiotherapy.
Sports physiotherapy, exactly.
Nowadays, so any team is not going for anywhere without a physiotherapist.
Absolutely.
So sports physiotherapy has actually bloomed a lot.
Yeah.
In terms like I won't say like only in terms of these cricket,
Yeah.
with football, with
Every sport.
every
In
sport,
every sport, there has to be a
yes, has
physio
to be
person.
a physiotherapist. So what we spoke about these subjects which are there for masters, see, in BPT everything is covered.
Okay.
But if you really want to go deep into certain subject, then you can choose one of them, and you can go ahead with the same as a research thing.
Okay.
After internship also you have one research, and in masters also you have one research.
Okay.
In terms of masters outside, if you can say that they have lot of subjects.
Yeah.
A huge lot of subjects. So you have to pick up, if you want to pick up literally like small into small subjects of these particular fields what we spoke about, जैसे ortho, neuro fields and sports, ये सब है ना, इसके अंदर भी there are small subjects.
Okay. Okay.
So outside there are lot of options
That's
available.
exactly what I wanted to ask you as well. That since you have done it from India,
Right.
Okay, now I'm sure you would be having a few other people in your connection as well who have done their masters abroad.
Correct. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
from
of
various
course.
countries.
Correct.
So how different would that be for a student in
Right.
terms of planning abroad and planning here in India?
Right.
There would be a lot of things as per you. So anything that you would want to just
Correct.
help us with in
Correct.
terms of the process.
Yeah, surely. So there is like when I did my graduation, there were some of my friends who wanted to go abroad for their masters.
Okay.
So which I know that a lot of them had gone abroad that time. That many seniors were also there. So they had this thing in mind, कि there are different subjects to work on that, and of course the scope outside is a little different than here. I did my classes and all that and everything, but I did not give exam because somehow I wanted to stay with my family and all that. I didn't want to go there.
Also with abroad, I'm sure कि as we get a lot of student inquiries as well who are a little confused now. Planning in India करना है या बाहर करना है. So what is the major thing also difference that you see apart from exposure to a lot of more things? So I feel job packages is something which is there is a vast difference. So आपने अभी कुछ ऐसा कोई आपके पास students थे, any students that you've spoken to or any people also that you hire? What has been the usual difference in terms of a job package for students?
Yeah, this is a very important thing. Basically, there are many students who are coming to me asking the advice, seeking, we should do masters here or we should go abroad. So what I mainly want to focus is that, the salaries or the people who are working here as a salaried person, so they are not getting that much whatever they have given to the mainly for curriculum. So colleges में अभी अगर आप देखोगे तो per year जो private colleges में जो fees है ना, almost they have reached to 2 lakhs per year. 2 lakhs per year बोलेंगे तो अगर graduation भी है, it goes 8 lakhs and other expenses तो अगर आप मिलाओ तो वो अलग ही है. So that is a different thing. Again masters भी है तो 2 to 3 lakhs here also in India per year. 2 years का भी करना है तो कम से कम 3 lakhs per year. तो ऐसे सब privates में है. Of course थोड़े government colleges में काफी कम होगा. बट ऐसे सब चीजें सबको गवर्नमेंट में नहीं मिलता है क्योंकि इतने सारे गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस है भी नहीं. स्टूडेंट्स हु आर अप्लाइंग फॉर देयर मेडिकल लाइक नीट जो दे रहे हैं वो बहुत सारे हैं और उनके लिए उतने करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज इन टर्म्स ऑफ colleges and in terms of like अगर किसी को प्रोफेसर भी बनना है, अगर किसी को कोई हॉस्पिटल में काम भी करना है, तो उतने सारे नहीं है अपॉर्चुनिटीज. फर्स्ट थिंग इज लाइक, एंड अगर है भी तो सैलरीज आर वेरी लेस. सी वी हैव सीन देर आर मेनी फील्ड्स लाइक IT है, कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर्स है, उनको लास्ट के उनके जो ईयर में रिक्रूटर्स कम, वो आके उनको हायर करते हैं, तो उनके पैकेजेस स्टार्ट होते हैं. जब भी मेरे टाइम पे आई यूज्ड टू हियर दे हैड अ 3 lakhs का पैकेज, दे हैड 4 lakhs का बेसिक पैकेज, समवन हैड 7 lakhs 8 lakhs का भी पैकेज. तो अगर बोलते हैं कि अरे डॉक्टर्स को तो हाँ इतना कमाते हैं उतना कमाते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. दैट इज जस्ट अ थिंग विच दे से, पर वो नहीं देखते हो कि अगर हमारा जो सैलरी मिलता है वो उतना भी नहीं है. आवर पैकेज डोंट रीच टू दिस लेवल. आएंगे तो अवेयरनेस भी यहाँ पे इंडिया में थोड़ा कम है, जो तब से लेके अब तक इम्प्रूव हुआ है. बट टू रीच टू दैट लेवल वेरिंग यू कैन अर्न 1 lakh, एवरीवन कैन अर्न. अभी कैसा है कि फ्यू कैन अर्न. अभी जैसे IT कंपनीज आर मेनी, सो जिसको पैकेजेस मिल रहे हैं 5 lakh 10 lakhs, तो वैसे बहुत सारे कंपनीज हैं. सो वन कंपनी कैन हायर हंड्रेड्स, बट यहाँ पे वन हॉस्पिटल कैन नॉट हायर हंड्रेड्स. तो अभी जो थाउजेंड्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स बाहर निकल रहे हैं ग्रेजुएशन करके, वो कहाँ जाएंगे? उतनी जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज यहाँ पे क्रिएट नहीं हो रहे हैं, और हो भी रहे हैं तो दे आर नॉट गेटिंग पेड वेल, क्योंकि उतना उनका भी अर्निंग नहीं होगा शायद, तो हाउ मच दिल पे.
एंड इट ऑल बॉइल्स डाउन टू ROI, कितना रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट आप हो रहा है. करेक्ट. आई अंडरस्टैंड अ वेरी सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट हियर कि आप अगर 15 lakhs including your bachelor's and masters, if a student is from putting in, मैं 2 lakhs each पकड़ रहा हूँ for the BPT, 2 into 4 8 lakhs यहाँ पे, plus your masters के लिए 2 lakhs 3 lakhs, वो अगर 4 to 5 lakhs ही पहुंच जाता है. Correct. There is an expense of around 12 lakhs, 12 to 15 lakhs जो हम डाल रहे हैं. Return में what are we getting? There is a package of 3 lakh 4 lakh for a kid who's getting it. Right. For him to recover his complete money, अगर लोन भी उसने लिया होगा, स्टूडेंट लोन भी, then also it would take almost 5 years 6 years for him to get the loan done and then eventually work on the profits. Correct. That's exactly what I personally feel, that there's a lot of opportunity for students abroad. Correct. When abroad also a student goes, see, the fees would be more. When I talk about UK, it is around 25 lakhs to 30 lakh to 35 lakhs. Correct. Here the ROI is still different, because the job packages with students starts is around 40,000 pounds annually, right? Ranges from 40,000 goes above as well. Right. On an average also, if you consider, there is 40 lakh ka expense, including your living and everything for 1 year. Right. Your 20-25 lakhs for 1 year tuition fee, 10-15 lakhs for your living, includes 40 lakhs. The package which you are getting is also covered in 1 year. Correct. Right. Your annual package is almost more or less with the same that the amount that you've invested. Correct. Even if it takes 2 years for a student to repay the loans. Right. Loans में आजकल that you can, you know, there are a lot of banks and NBFCs giving a lot of unsecured loans. Yeah, of course. Up to 60 lakhs, 70 lakhs, which was not there during our time. Right. You know, when we thought of a student loan, तब तो इतना सोच भी नहीं सकते थे हम लोग कि without property mortgage, we can get a loan of up to 60-70 lakhs. Right. Now things have become much easier. Right. So a student coming here immediately after BPT would feel that कि मैं मास्टर्स इंडिया में करने के लिए मुझे रिटर्न्स ही नहीं मिलने वाले हैं. So it makes sense for me to rather go to a UK to do a 1 year course, spend 40 lakhs, returns मेरा 1-2 साल में लोन हो जाएगा. After that, for whatever money I'm earning is for me. Right. When you say USA, it's a 2 years masters. Australia, majorly, it's a 2 years masters. Right. Students who want to pursue for 2 years, they do it for 2 years. Correct. Students who are working here for another 2-3 years after their bachelor's, they opt for a 1 year masters. Right. Wherein UK comes in as an option, Ireland is also an option which a few students look at. Right. So there's a lot of difference, Dr. Jaya, which I feel. A lot of difference, and agreed. I believe in ROI. My simple funda everywhere is पैसा जितना आप डाल रहे हो, रिटर्न उतना अगर आपको आ रहा है तो it makes sense. So that's the thing which personally I have seen. Right. And I think that makes a little sense for students who can, because process is also very easy. Right. आजकल तो GRE is also waived off. पहले GRE, GMAT, a lot
GRE
of
था,
exams
correct.
were being asked.
Yeah, when I was planning to do, there
Yeah.
was GRE, there was TOEFL, there was
अभी कुछ नहीं
IELTS,
है.
and तभी मुझे था कि मुझे तीनों देना है यार.
जी.
अभी वैसा नहीं है.
अभी only
Things
IELTS
are
and
very
TOEFL.
easy, right?
Either
Yeah.
IELTS, TOEFL. A few
Mhm.
colleges in UK as well, they accept in Duolingo as
Right,
well.
right, right.
So a student who's not very confident also in terms of
Mhm.
his language,
Mhm.
not difficult at all.
Correct, correct.
आज तो इतना easy हो गया है.
Correct,
You know,
correct.
a student, a fresh graduate, can immediately apply for his
Correct.
IELTS, score a 6.5 band out of 9, get a 100 plus score in
Right.
TOEFL out of 120.
Correct.
Boom.
That's
He
great,
can
yeah.
absolutely go.
Great,
So
correct.
that's
Of
something
course.
which I feel is a major,
Right.
major.
And initially ना only engineers used to go outside
Yeah,
for their further
True,
things. And
true, true.
nowadays ऐसा है कि बहुत सारे physios जाते हैं.
जी,
Even
जी.
from our batch, many went.
जी.
And अभी भी like there are certain few students who are coming to me. They are working under me, and then they are going abroad.
Yeah.
So there are also many students who are going abroad.
Yeah.
Like physios बहुत सारे जा रहे हैं. वहाँ पे demand भी उतना है.
Exactly.
Why they are going? Because there is a demand.
Exactly.
So they also want these
Yeah.
countries like US, UK, Australia. So US, UK has lot of they want more like
want
physios to work for
Yeah.
them and all that. So and they also pay well.
Exactly.
So अगर मास्टर्स भी कर रहे हो तो
जी.
भी तुम पार्ट टाइम थोड़ा बहुत जॉब करके यू कैन आपके
Very
एक्सपेंसेस
much.
डे टू डे
Very
एक्सपेंसेस
much.
निकाल सकते हो.
Very
ऐसा नहीं कि
much.
वहाँ पे कुछ नहीं. एंड देयर आर मेनी इंडियंस आई वुड से. ऐसा
Yeah.
नहीं कि तुम ऐसे कंट्री में जाके फॉरेन कंट्री में जाके
Yeah.
तुम अकेले हो, नहीं. ऐसा सिनेरियो पहले था,
हाँ.
बट अभी का सिनेरियो बहुत अच्छा हो गया है. सो
Exactly.
some friends of mine, some students who have worked with me in my clinic, like as my employees or something. So they also who have gone, they are very much settled over there.
अच्छा. Okay.
So I would just talk about कि they are settled quite early
हाँ.
than people who are settling here.
Okay.
सबने बैचलर्स में उतना ही बीपीटी में मेहनत डाला है,
जी.
बट जो वहाँ पे वो लोग जा रहे हैं ना, वो
जी.
लोग थोड़ा ऑफकोर्स जल्दी सेटल हो जाते हैं,
जी.
और वेरिन हमें यहाँ पे टाइम ज्यादा लगता है.
जी.
So the settling time duration is maybe just faster
Yeah.
if you go there.
Yeah.
And if you are here, it takes little more time, of course, to settle down, and
Yeah.
काफी टाइम लगता है to gain that much. अगर घर भी लेना है तो as I told you कि मतलब वहाँ तक पहुँचना है, अगर यहाँ पे रहते तो it becomes difficult. But वहाँ पे जो मेरे friends हैं गए हुए हैं who are from my batch,
Okay.
so they are very well settled. They have their own big nice cars, big brand cars. They have
Sure.
their own house, apartment, and all that.
Sure.
So they have their own clinics.
Oh, lovely.
And very good, like उनको देख के अच्छा लगता है कि they are very well settled. The thing which I want to say, like awareness over there in US and UK
जी.
in terms of physiotherapy as a doctor, मतलब उनका
जी.
जो perspective है लोगों का,
It's different.
it is different than
Very
here.
different.
क्योंकि वहाँ पे ना they have multidisciplinary approach. In the sense they work as a holistic way. कि वहाँ पे physiotherapy is one of the important factors of that entire treatment process. So everyone is like someone has a back pain or something, अगर orthopedic कोई medicines पे prescribe कर रहा है, so after that prescription that patient definitely goes to a physio to learn some exercises, rehab and all that. So everything works as a team.
Okay.
तो यहाँ पे अभी तक वैसा अप्रोच अभी नहीं हुआ है. दैट शुड हैपन. तब जाके हर एक फिजियो भी ग्रो करेगा, तो वो अवेयरनेस आएगा. सम पीपल आर डेफिनेटली वर्किंग ऑन इट, इवन वी आर वर्किंग ऑन इट एट द ग्राउंड लेवल. सो ये सब आएगा, पर उसको टाइम लगेगा यहाँ पे आने के लिए, क्योंकि सारी चीजें बहुत ज्यादा अभी ग्राउंड लेवल पे ही वर्क. सो व्हाट इट इज लाइक आफ्टर यू फिनिश योर मास्टर्स, यू हैव टू गिव वन एनपीटी एग्जाम इन यूएस.
Okay.
So that NPT, that is a license exam
Okay.
to work. So some of the states have like they need a credit score.
Okay.
So all these things are there. So when you give that exam, or there is some registration for UK. So HCPC registration I have heard of.
HCPC.
Like so they have that registration. So after that they are able to work there.
Okay.
So and there are many like तुम अकेले नहीं हो, तुम्हारे साथ बहुत सारे लोग हैं to help you. Your friends are there, वो लोग भी मास्टर्स करे तुम्हारे साथ, एंड तुम्हारे कॉलेज में भी बहुत सारे तुम्हारे जैसे ही लोग हैं. सो सिंस मेनी इंडियंस आर गोइंग, सो थिंग्स आर वेरी वेरी इजी. यहाँ पे पहले पेरेंट्स को टेंशन आता था कि हमारे बच्चे अकेले इतने बड़े कंट्री में जाके क्या करेंगे, तो अभी वैसा है ही नहीं. सो थिंग्स आर वेरी इजी ओवर देयर, एंड यू आर अर्निंग वेरी मच डिसेंट अमाउंट इन डॉलर्स. लाइक वहाँ पे $5,000, $6,000. फिर अभी डॉलर का रेट कहाँ पे पहुंच गया है. यू आर अर्निंग सो वेल इमीडिएटली मास्टर्स करने के बाद. तो यहाँ पे अगर सोचेंगे तो बाप रे वहां तक कब ऐसा है.
True.
तो उधर
जहाँ तक कॉस्ट की आपने बात किया था ना डॉक्टर जया, कि आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड वन मोर थिंग टू आवर व्यूअर्स हियर, कि पार्ट टाइम जॉब जो आपने बताया था, सो पार्ट टाइम जॉब में दे आर अलाउड टू वर्क अराउंड 18 to 20 आवर्स अ वीक. ठीक है, अभी 20 hours a week, even if you consider 10 pounds per hour, just for the audience, मैं उनको बता दूं कि if you guys are planning for 10 pounds per hour, you get paid around 200 pounds per week, which makes up to 800 pounds a month.
Right.
More or less, your living expense, if you consider, goes up to 1,000 to 1,200 pounds.
Right.
So my thing here is that कि आपका पार्ट टाइम जॉब में आपकी लिविंग एक्सपेंस पूरे साल की इट्स टेकन केयर.
Right.
So when I said that कि 25 lakh tuition fee and 10-12 lakh is your living expense, be it any country, be it US, UK, Australia, the part time job plays such an important role कि आपका लिविंग का पूरा पैसा आपके पार्ट टाइम जॉब में हो जाता है कवर. So now when you go to see the net kharcha, the net expense what you're talking about is only the tuition fee. Right. Which is only the tuition fee जो 1 साल का 2 साल का आपका होगा. So since you put that point across part-time jobs, I wanted to tell the viewers that exact bifurcation के हिसाब से there's a lot of money which could be saved. And then hence eventually a lot of students also they plan abroad.
Yeah, one more thing I wanted to add. There were some like few of my friends who went abroad for masters. They from wherever they had got proper advice and everything, all the processing they had done, like you have like Reconnect, like same thing. They were a lot of places from where they had applied for their masters. So they used to make a nice group of students. So they used to go together, travel together, stay together. So their expenses are taken care of. So that is a very good thing. Like you also do, like you actually help these students, and you're not alone. You will be there with your own friends who are Indians, travel from here together, and there you stay together, and you can definitely manage and share expenses and stay together.
Very
so that is a very
and that's
good
how
thing.
exactly students do.
Yeah, very good.
There is one more thing which we started from this year onwards, which is called as the overseas buddy. In which overseas buddy is something that if you're planning this year, if you have someone in UK already, so we make that student talk to that senior.
Oh, great.
So यहाँ से before even the process just started, if at all a person has any doubts regarding the course or how is the college, सबका ये रहता है ये college कैसा है वो.
Correct.
So if we have a student in that college, we let them talk, and that's called an overseas buddy.
Very good. This is maybe a latest thing which
we've started this. So it's not me, rather it's the team who thought of all this. Since we had a lot of queries and we also need to improve every single year.
Correct.
With a lot of new things which we have to give to the students. So this overseas buddy is also which we do.
Right.
उसमें help हो जाता है. Eventually students को ही help हो जाता है, सब चीज उनको मिल जाती है.
It's great. I should tell my students or who are employees who are coming and they are planning to go. There are 2-3 people who are planning to go from here, so I should tell them, go for it.
Yeah. We'll be glad to help them.
Very good. Yeah, so I would like to add one thing, like students who are going abroad for masters. There are many like who have worked with me as a junior physiotherapist. They have been working with me for a year or 6 months or so. So what benefit they have is like they get that credit score if you have worked here. Like you need some work experience. Like for 6 months they have certain credit scores. For 1 year they have certain credit scores. So basically what is this credit score? So I would like to just add that some institutes or some hospitals, like when you are into your job opportunities after completing masters over there, so you are more preferred if you have worked here for some time.
Okay, lovely.
So that is a very good thing. Like that many people, many students actually after completion they have time.
Yeah.
Sometimes everyone doesn't go immediately. So जिसका graduation हो जाता है, तो there is 2 things like which I would like there is one fall and one like
one fall and spring.
One fall and spring. So these 2 things which I know that some people go in August, some people go in December, January or something. So they have 2 intakes. So after completion of their graduation, if anybody is also planning for their masters, so they have that particular time. So if that person has this 6 months or 1 year period, so they work under some physiotherapist at their clinic or at some hospital. So that work experience matters in terms of credit score. So they are more preferred when they give license exam or something. So each particular state or each particular institute or hospitals over there, they have the criteria of hiring people to do certain courses. Like after masters also, there are some specialities, small workshops or courses. Like we have like kinesio taping. Like that is a taping course, which is like a advanced treatment. Some advanced treatments you can learn. So each particular advanced treatments like dry needling है, जैसे कि kinesio taping है, aquatic therapy है, manual therapy wherein you work on bones and all that joints. तो ये सब courses ना, they have their own credit scores. So when you do that particular courses from a proper institute, of course I would just suggest that proper institute wherein they have this score. Otherwise, then that particular person is not preferred early. ऐसा नहीं है कि वहाँ पे जॉब नहीं मिलता है, जॉब डेफिनेटली मिलता है, but then these people get it very easily in good packages. As it is good package, and if you want really better, then you can definitely do that. वैसे small courses or
how long would these courses be if I can ask?
Small, some courses are like for 12 days, some courses are for 2 days, very short, but then they get this credit scores, so they can increase their credit scores.
Okay, because I had a student as well last 2022. She went to UK and she went immediately after her bachelor's. So उसने भी कुछ ऐसे small courses, short courses she had done, and she went immediately after her bachelor's. I told her that see, if you have a good job here, if you want to spend another year यहाँ पे, you do it immediately. अगर जाना है तो वो also she can. And she went immediately after her bachelor's. And very happy, very settled now in UK. It's been 3 years now. Very settled and working very, very fine.
Right? Very good. Yeah, very good.
One small advice which you would want to give to our students, rather our in the sense आपके और मेरे भी students, because आपको भी inquiry आएगी अगर for physiotherapy and in general also. Students who are in their final year of BPT now, what is that one advice that you would want to give? कि क्या करना चाहिए अब इसके बाद?
Right. So, see, abhi, when we talk about work, what they want to do, like after their bachelor's, so everyone should do masters. That I would say. If you want to go abroad and do it, that is also okay. India से करना है तो यहाँ पे भी चलेगा. But then सिर्फ BPT is not enough for sure. तो उसके आगे when you learn more for 2 years, then you actually know that what you are supposed to do. So masters is utmost necessity. तो क्योंकि people also know like you know अगर कोई physiotherapist भी है तो अभी लोगों को भी ये पता है कि वो किस में masters है. अभी there are certain inquiries which come कि I need a neuro physiotherapist, I need a orthopedic physiotherapist. So ये सब जो I need जो है ना वो उनको वो specialized physios चाहिए होते हैं. तो अगर masters करोगे तो you will be able to do that. ऐसा है. So if people are going out or here, like both has some pros and cons. So it all depends on what you want. If someone really wants to stay there and settle down, so I would just suggest go. Like enjoy yourself and go there. So I was like a person, I wanted to stay back here. So
I'm sure a lot of insights about the physiotherapy as a course. After this session, after this show, a lot of viewers and everyone who were not sure about a course कि BPT के बाद MPT करना है कि नहीं. I'm sure वो doubt तो एक सबके दिमाग से निकल गया होगा. The viewers would like the thoughts and the courses and the topics that we've covered. So I would just like to thank you. A lot of insights. I didn't expect कि इतना कुछ होगा, इतनी सारी चीजें भी होती है उसमें. I came with a very short and a very clear mindset कि ये 2-3 चीजें होती है बस इस पे बात करना है. But talking to you, it went with the flow and हमने time भी नहीं देखा. We just started talking and we are here. Thank you so much. Thank you again for sparing your time. And hopefully I will have you again on my show. Before we go, there is some small thing which I wanted to give you. So this is a small presentation from Team V-Connect to Team Inspire. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Brings us to the end of our first episode on Sal Says on Saturday season 2 with Dr. Jaya, who's been very kind to us and shared her much required experiences in the field of physiotherapy. I personally feel very enlightened by her experiences, and I'm sure with the help of all those aspirants who are planning for abroad studies or in India, this session will be very helpful. अगर student या aspirant भी इस सेशन से बेनिफिट होगा तो I personally feel I can have a good night's sleep, and it has taken us one step closer to achieve our mission. Keep watching Sal Says on Saturdays until we meet again on a Saturday with a new course and a new expert. We for you always.